Live from Detroit, it's Coffee and Chocolate.
Okay, now I'm actually going to play a game here because I'm getting close to midnight here. I can't stay up that awfully late. I actually have to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, go figure, right? But I don't have to go too early. I don't think so. That'll be a good thing. Anyway, so let's get back to Vampire: The Masquerade. Reckoning of New York is the subtitle here. Like I said before, this is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. I do love these story-based games. I was an Infocom game and a player from when I was but a boy, and I played a lot of choose your own adventure books and which way books and the Dungeons and Dragons choice, man. Those are the ones, man. Never really played role-playing games that much. I just like reading the books and making the choices. I'm trying to get my daughter to design a game with me. She's working with me on one. We'll see if it comes to fruition. I'll start sharing more details about it. Right now, we're just kind of in the planning stages but we're both kind of engaged in it, so that's kind of a good thing. Do these things with your kids, guys. It's fantastic. Have children. Holy crap! I can't tell you how much that's important to have children. But anyway, Vampire the Masquerade. We're playing as a vampire named Callie, and Callie, her sire, which is the vampire who, murdered her and turned her into a vampire. I guess her, father figure has gone missing, and the vampires in the local area are coming after her, saying that you guys have been breaking all the vampire laws, and so they've given her like 48 hours to find her sire. Otherwise, they're just going to take her head off, because that's how you solve problems in vampire world, right? In the meantime, she's dealing with what they call hunters. Hunters are just humans who know about the because the vampires are secret. They hide behind this masquerade, which is basically this sort of kayfabe situation where they're hiding themselves, and there's rules and how they're supposed to interact with humans and keep the secrets of the vampires hidden and everything. So she's trying to deal with that, and she ended up going to a nightclub and hooking up with this girl who's trying to take her to a courier. She says has some information, so we'll see. In the meantime, she has a minder named Patrick, an Irish vampire who doesn't have a clan. The vampires have these clans. You see, they're all broken out of different clans that have different abilities, right? Because it's a role playing game, so you gotta break them out that way. But Callie has a clan, but Patrick does not, and they're kind of looked down upon in the vampire universe. But for some reason, he has a little bit of sway with the vampire council, and so they told him, "All right, yeah, send him out to go watch her. Whatever. I'm gonna go get a beer." Is basically the attitude that the council appeared to have. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started here. There's the music. Night 2. The Anarchy. Alright, here we are. We're in New York. We're going to this main quest. I thought I knew every fixer with whom Reynard had ties-ins, given my role as the logistics gal of our coterie. Maybe I'm just tired, but I have no clue who that night courier might be, and it sends my trickster senses into overdrive. Usually I'd fill the car with some kind of idle talk, whether I'm with friends or just by myself. At this time, I just let the silence hang. Neither Patrick nor Skylar seem keen on chatting, not even with classic Queen tracks playing, so the Kitef's perfectly serviceable car is almost uncomfortably quiet as we cruise through the night streets of New York City. I've got this strange sensation in my stomach, like I've eaten a chunk of ice. If kindred could get indigestion, I'd blame it on my last mortal meal. But since that's not a thing, I guess this feeling must be anxiety. is really not my usual vibe. Something about this whole situation makes the hairs on my neck stand right up. It feels like there's something terrifying waiting for me at our destination, just a few blocks away. But weirdly enough, my gut is telling me not to run from it, and my gut is usually spot on. As we pull up to the meeting spot, the night courier stands out immediately, mostly because she's the only one around. Clad in dark leathers and sporting a helmet, she almost disappears in the night alongside her bike. We barely come to a halt before Skylar jumps out of the car and approaches the courier in a few strides. She seems eager to talk and even more eager to bolt, so I keep my eye on her, ready to give chase. She looks like she might make a run for it. It's not even a question. I shoot a quick glance his way and catch him looking at Skylar just as intently as I am. Of course she does. Or am I the only one flagged as a flight risk in your book? Well, I haven't come across anyone quite as slippery as you, so there you have it. The moment Skylar pivots and heads our way, we cut the chatter and step out of the car. 5 minutes. That's all I could get for you. Spend it well. Her hand reaches out to me in a gesture that feels overly formal. Low 5. I slap her hand with a loud low 5. Theatrical eye roll laced with annoyance is all I get for that. Oh, come on, that was funny. Low 5. Too slow. The key. You know, to your stash? I held up my end of the bargain. Yeah, got it right here. I toss her the key, which she snags out of the air. Pleasure. And with that, she's off into the night. As she disappears, we casually approach the night courier. One look at Patrick reveals a simmering impatience. I know he wants to take the lead, and honestly, while I'm not exactly thrilled to step aside, it seems like a pragmatic choice. Let's face it, negotiations with Skylar went less than stellar, even by my standards. But Patrick hardly gets a word out before the courier cuts him off with a sharp, sour response. Shut the hell up, pretty boy. Wait. I know the sound of that walking angst vortex. Callie, the fuck did you get yourself into this time? She takes off her helmet and I'm floored, staring at a face I never thought I'd see again outside of some vampire afterlife fantasy. Jess? Holy shit, is that actually you? Was that why you dragged my ass over here to star in this shitty high school reunion? As prickly as ever. I'm dying to give her a hug, but her thundercloud of a face screams back the fuck off. I settle for an awkward pat on the shoulder. Care to introduce me? Jess's eyes nearly pop out of her head. Oh, piss off. Is this really why I'm out here? What? Oh, hell no. It's Look, one step at a time. Christ. Patrick, meet Jessica Wainwright. I know you like it formal. She was part of our crew before she up and vanished like a ghost a year back or so. Speaking of which, we thought you were gone for good. She seems thrown by that, but she swallows whatever rush of words is clawing at her throat. Oh, really? Well, that clears up the mystery of the silent phones. Oh, so we're playing it like that. I fucking warned you. Not like I can text beyond the grave. FYI, I left you guys a fucking note. This whole situation is surreal. What the hell are you on about? Raynard said... Raynard fucking Castle, turning shit into gospel. Her deceptively soft features harden. Why the hell are you poking around for him anyway? Let's summarize. Camarilla. The full scoop? He's off the grid, and I'm neck deep in shit because the Camarilla wants him found. Right. And who's this charmer? I'm essentially the raft, keeping her afloat in the cesspool she's plunged into. Not gonna lie, I jump up a little. I sort of forgot he was there. I still toss him a wounded look and pout a little while Jess lets out a hearty laugh. So I'm surfing this wave of horseshit with you. Oh, you filthy, filthy lifeline. The sheriff had him shadow me. He's useful sometimes. Maybe it's the pretty yet infinitely punchable face that does it. Right. And you just went along with this because why exactly? Because I don't have a death wish. It was either play nice or get up close and personal with the sheriff's sharp-ass blade, so yeah, I chose the lesser of the two shit shows. She's not amused. Stepping outside the gang has really changed her vibe. Hell, we used to get along swimmingly back when we were cramped in that RV together. Maybe a real talk is what I need to melt the ice. I drop my voice as if I'm letting her in on a deep, dark secret. Truth be told, there's got to be something bigger at play with this whole mess, you hear me? I just can't figure out what the hell they want with Reynard and why now of all times. Jess shrugs and crosses her arms over her chest, looking like she could not care less. Water's wet, the sky's blue, and piss stinks, by which I mean, underneath all that charm, Castle's been a two-faced, lying stack of shit from day one. No wonder the whole ivory tower's on his tail. Hold up. There's clearly bad blood between her and Reynard. And it's skewing her view a bit, maybe. Charming? Sure. I'd buy snake oil off the bastard, too. But he's always been straight with me. What's even worse, she has this horrid look in her eye I can only interpret as pity. What the hell's there to pity? I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Head through the grapevine. You might know where Castle is hiding. And Jess laughs at that. Am I losing my edge here? Oh, honey. Castle's an even deeper shit than Callie is. See, I've been involved with the circulatory system off and on, passing messages and whatnot. She leans back even further onto her bike, all cool and collected, like nothing gets to her. I almost follow, enraptured, but catch myself at the last moment and straighten up, signaling for her to continue. Word is, Castle shot right up to the top of their shit list just a couple of nights back based on some fresh intel they got from who knows where. She leans forward on her elbows, looking at me seriously. This is major league shit, Callie. Could be Uncle Sam level big. And it might not just be Castle in the crosshairs, anyone tangled up with him. Keep the hell away. Yeah, except for running away, somehow vanished from my playbook. I'll lose my head over it. Literally. She shrugs and starts putting her helmet on. It's your problem, not mine. I bailed on that clusterfuck for a reason, and unlife's been beautiful ever since. Good fucking luck, though. Oh, clusterfuck of a sire. So she is, I guess she's sisters. Vampire sister with Callie, huh? Nice. Don't bother calling me again. And then she's gone. Just an engine roar fading into the night. Right back at you, bitch. Without looking at Patrick, I let out an awkward laugh and kicked some stones. She's quite something. How are you holding up? Could have gone better. That one cut deep. So the circulatory system, huh? What's your take? Patrick mercifully bites his glib tongue and pretends not to see I'm sorta in shambles. It appears they're more eager to nab Reynard Castle than we anticipated. And they managed to acquire some incriminating intel. To be honest, things didn't look too good for him. Great. We're still no closer to finding him than we were last night or whenever. There's also the matter of whether the circulatory system intends to hunt you as well. By virtue of being his accomplice, of course. Oh, please, I'm hardly even a sidekick. He levels a blank stare at me and I bark out a laugh, my spirits momentarily lifted. I rub my hands together briskly, suddenly feeling like mischief. Well, seeing as how your Anarch lead didn't exactly pan out, guess we're gonna hit Sansarik next. He hesitates, idly twirling his ring. More of a tick than an actual need this time. It is indeed our backup lead, but, only lead. Fine. But I have my reservations about Sansarik. Let's unpack this back at Mahaven. Besides, dawn's are nearly upon us. He starts walking toward the car, then pauses when he sees I haven't moved. I tug at the fraying edge of my sleeve, smiling at him, almost apologetically. Yeah, funny story, but I can't. Literally. Oh, right. She's a raven. She can't. He sizes me up relentlessly. Callie, this isn't the moment for your antics. We need to move and quickly. The thing is, your haven isn't safe for me anymore. What are you? It's a thing with my clan. If I crash in the same spot more than once a week, you might as well sweep me up at sundown with a broom. He looks at me piercingly, searching for deceit, which for once isn't there. His fingers dance on his hand, spinning the ring furiously. Finally, they come to a stop. Yeah, I get it. I'm not messing around. Oh, you do? A hint of mirth sparkles in his gaze, though his expression remains stoic. Let's rendezvous at my place tomorrow night. I've got a private eye in mind who might have an idea where to find Sansarik. The P.I., you're not talking about D'Angelo, are you? He arches an eyebrow. Already acquainted, I see. More like disappointed. The leper's a good guy, but he's a dead end. Grilled him about Reynard. Got zilch. He even implied it was somehow my fault Reynard vanished off the face of the earth. Well, Cassell is practically a ghost. Sansarik, on the other hand, is not exactly hiding. D'Angelo should know a thing or two about him. Okay, fair. But he's a slippery little eel. We might need leverage to get him talking. A shade of a smile. Leave that to me. He'll talk. He turns around and climbs behind the perfectly serviceable wheel. Tomorrow, dusk, my haven. Don't let me down. I gave him a playful salute, waving as he pulls away. Look at that. Night's bleeding into day already. I really need to get a move on. There's a damp little cellar that I've been eyeing for a crash pad. It's not exactly the Ritz, but I've done my homework. It's secure enough for a quick sleepover. Time's ticking, but with any luck I'll snag some prey en route. It's not good to sleep on an empty stomach after all. Ooh, feeding opportunity detour. A dance floor drenched in darkness. The beat dropping like it's on fire. Warm bodies pressed tight, buzzed high and full of precious blood. The club is the prime spot to sink my teeth into. Well, you know what? You're a vampire. I suppose we better actually take care of those needs, I guess. Fucking vampire life. Right? Hey, if you're not there to, drink some blood, you're not really a proper vampire. And I guess the other one is just last resort. If you're a Ravnos, home's just a dead memory. You've only got a bunch of hideouts, some better than others, each offering a day's worth of safety, and one of them is close by, just waiting for me to hunker down and collect my thoughts. I'm wondering, does this tell me... I I see. All right, I think I'm actually going to go to the feeding opportunity here. Might as well do that before we crash, right? This is truly vampire dance music. The moment I step into the club, I know it's an excellent place to hunt. Crowded with mortals blackout drunk and high out of their minds, swaying, jumping, writhing on the dance floor like there's no tomorrow. Only tonight. Only now. Only ecstasy. I'm gonna quench that awful clawing thirst in no time. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, we look at the wallflowers. You'd think prowling for blood would be easier on the dance floor, but I know better. I was literally born at a rave. Twice. Spent both of those lives dancing the nights away at clubs and bars. I know my way around like nobody else. Sure, some of the people leaning against the wall are there for a reason. Take a break, have a drag, find victims of their own. But some of them would like to be part of the crowd. It's just their inhibitions stopping them from stepping in. And I'm here to help them break those barriers. There's a guy sitting with his back against the wall, head in hands, hugging his knees, frozen, paralyzed, clearly on a bad trip. Somebody should haul him out and get him sober. That somebody is not me. I can already sense the jazzed up blood, the accelerated heartbeat right beneath his skin. And tonight I'm not in the mood for Molly. How about the teen, twitching rhythmically in the corner, clearly too young to even be in the club? Should I teach them the dangers of the night before it's too late? Nah, too much effort. What if they imprint on me like some duckling? Besides, I've already decided on my target. There's a girl standing by the restrooms in sensible jeans and a tie-dye t-shirt. She's a flustered smile on her face and a beer can in her hand. I bet she poured it out and filled it with water so that none of her friends felt uncomfortable around her. Her, I can teach. I approach her straight on, a wide, inviting smile on my lips, and watch her shuffle her feet nervously. When I'm just inches her way, she opens her mouth to say something, but instead I cover her lips with my own. I don't hear the surprised sound she makes, but I can feel it, the vibration in her throat under my palm. I skillfully take her by the hand and tug her outside into a deserted alley with nothing but dumpsters. Then I crowd her, a blushing mess against a wall, and kiss her again, knocking down her defenses like dominoes. She doesn't protest when I move my lips onto her neck and nibble on it. But she sure minds when I bare my fangs and take a bite. I don't drain her completely, of course, even though the amount I drink is not nearly enough to completely satisfy. Honestly, though, it never is. I let go after a few sips and lower her gently to the ground. She looks at me dazed and struggles to get up, but I put a firm hand on her shoulder, keeping her down. She'll need a minute or two before her head stops spinning. So I just pat her gently on the cheek, ruffle her hair, and disappear into the night like I was never there. And for the moment, I'm almost sated. Temporary Haven, Last Resort, Night 2. If D'Angelo's Haven qualifies as a hovel, then this temporary shelter of mine is a full-on catastrophe. So utterly dismal it could force Tommy Wiseau to shed a genuine tear. Mold is redecorating the ceiling, and let's not start on the bed, a suspiciously damp mattress that leaks some extra sus fluid onto the floor with each squeeze. Home sweet home. But hey, it's secure. Zero chance of sunlight sneaking in here, maybe because the resident microbes have evolved enough to shut out anything that threatens their germy utopia. I sprawl out on the lumpy mattress and sulk over my dead Walkman, cursing myself for not getting spare batteries. When Raynard pulled that thing out, I legit thought he was going to wiretap me, but it turns out he was just giving me a piece of his past. A little gift from the better times, or whatever. Honestly, as if I needed another thing to play my tunes. Our gang is not as uptight about going online as the tower, so we stream, just like everyone else. Man, I got kinda hooked. Especially with the mountain of old cassettes crammed into our glove box. Digging through my belt bag in search of entertainment yields only the wooden stake that almost pierced my heart the night before. Shit, almost feels like another lifetime. But the stake sends my thoughts drifting to Patrick. I'm pretty conflicted, to be honest. Can I trust him? Seems to be on my side, caring even. But there's something off about him. Something unsettling. Can't put my finger on it. It doesn't help that he changes the length of my leash for no rhyme or reason. His mood swings faster than the San Fran weather. It's so annoying that he's now indispensable to my survival. Except for tonight, he was anything but. Still, he introduced me to Matto. My gut's screaming that this is going to be a game changer for navigating the city, maybe even beyond. Skylar, not so much. And Jess... yeah, I'll hold off poking on that sore spot for a bit longer, at least until after I shake off the dark sleep that's clawing at me, eager, suffocating, steadily pulling me into the abyss. Meanwhile... ooh, there's a meanwhile. I don't know how to deal with meanwhiles. I would say that I've been more than considerate. She responds with silence, and that unnervingly calm, icy stare that could easily drive one to the brink of madness. It's a weapon she's honed to perfection. I thought I'd be used to it by now, but it slices through me as viciously as the very first time. How long's it been now? 5? 6 months? Half a year trapped in this endless spin of justifications, half-truths, and unfulfilled promises constantly veered off course? Despite her alleged interest in my unique condition, despite our shared thirst for answers, despite the growing urgency, the resolution to my dilemma always hovers just beyond my grasp. Still, she is the first kindred to make me believe she could truly grant me reprieve. I've been holding up my end of the bargain, and not once have I raised objections, and not once have I strayed from our agreement. But I'm not one of your puppets, Ritra. I thought I made my stance unequivocally clear. That you did. This cannot go on. You need to deliver on your promises, or I'm walking away. She cracks a smile as stunning as it is rare, like a dragon flashing its fangs. It suits her, given her true nature. All in due time, dear. All in due time. All right, I'm going to go to this journal entry and then before we end the night here. Okay, it's just... all right, nothing too much here. Everything I've already seen here. Characters. The Doomsayer girl we met her. Jessica Wainwright, yes. Matto Blomquist. Mia Sorrento, right hand Torque. Skylar. An albino Duskborn. It's Squeaker. I think we killed Squeaker. Torque, Baron of the, that's right, Baron of the Bronx. I forgot who that guy was. Valerie Duvall. I think we ran into her in a previous episode of this. All right. All right. Well, I think that's the end of our nocturnal sightseeing tour of New York City as a member of the kindred. That's the term. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a like, throw us a subscribe, helps us out. And that's about all for now. Thank you ever so much for joining, and we shall see you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.